Good morning, we are live. Hey, welcome. Eliza here, and please do let me know when you join me. I am, oh, where's my face? I am sitting by the beach. Let me show you around. And I feel like I have a lot to say right now, and honestly, I don't even know if I feel ready to make this video, but the concept of even being ready, is a bit of a thing as well. So I want to talk about, so as I kind of settle into this video, I want to talk about, hey, I see some people joining me, good morning. As I kind of settle my energy, I feel like I've got this real nervous kind of I've had a coffee energy, and it's because I've got a lot to say, right? And it kind of hasn't quite grounded, but you know what? I'm just going to roll with it because it kind of flows into the title of today's video, which is all around fantasy versus reality, and then the concept of trying. And so the first thing I want to talk about is the fantasy versus reality, and it's quite funny, the irony of it right now is that when we first moved down to the beach, hopefully you can see me okay. I've lost my phone's gone a shade darker because of the sun. So if you are on, please let me know that you can see me and that you can hear me. When we first moved down to the ocean, I live in the most beautiful street place. I am 5 doors down from the ocean. Literally you walk out my front door and you walk 4 or 5 houses down. I still don't know how many houses. And you are literally here, here on the ocean. Hey, Heath. And when we first moved down here, I had this idea, this fantasy about, being able to come down to the beach, do a live stream, have this beautiful scenery and the sun in the back, and, it will just be perfect conditions for me to show up. And, I have experienced a lot in my time. I feel like I'm a bit of I definitely am a recovering people pleaser and perfectionist and wanting to get things right. And, there's small moments where I notice that rise, or I notice that, where I'm trying to be something. And this is where the concept of trying comes into this, where I'm trying to be something, or I'm trying to get it right, or I'm trying for something, right? Relate this to you in your own life, right? So I had this fantasy about when I moved down to the beach that I have this beautiful scenery, beautiful environment, and then things will be awesome, and then things will happen for me. And then, right? Insert your own then. And I remember when we first moved down, hey Tim, morning. I remember when we first moved down here, and every time I come to do a live stream on the beach, there was wind and you couldn't hear. And then, my earphones weren't working, and then dogs were running up to me, and then I would come down and I would have no Wi-Fi, and then, the sun wouldn't be there, or, you may have heard me say on quite a few of my live streams that, my battery's dying, right? So there's all these imperfect conditions that didn't match up to my fantasy, right? They didn't match up to how I wanted it to look. And this is, this is a great observation that you can make for yourself, especially, in your life, right? But also if you're especially if you're an entrepreneur in your business, because, and we've all been down this rabbit hole where scrolling and we're looking at how people are showing up and we're looking at how people are running their business, and we're naturally attracted to, you know, coaches who are where we want to be, where we think we want to be, right? So we try to be more like them, or we try to be something other than ourselves, or we try to be more of, insert whatever it is that you're trying to be more of, so that you can get, right? But the reality, like the being of it, is actually in the reality, right? So there are a lot of times where we're so focused on the fantasy that we miss out on the reality. Yeah? There are so many, and for myself, like there's been so many times where I've missed out on, well, not missed out, like everything is purposeful. You learn a lesson and, you know, everything evolves and you grow and you expand. It becomes your message and your business. You get to share from your experience and lead others, right? So everything is purposeful, right? But there are so many missed opportunities, or opportunities I didn't take along the way because I was trying to live up to my fantasy as opposed to living my reality. So I'm trying to be something, or I'm trying to make it look a particular way. I'm trying, instead of actually allowing it to be and showing up in my allness, in my weirdness, in my imperfectionness, in, I'm not sure if that's a word, but it is now. Right? There were opportunities to show up as all of me and be more human. But instead, when we chase the fantasy, or we're looking at the fantasy, or we're wanting it to look a particular way, we're wanting us to be perceived a particular way, like, I don't know how you're going to control that shit, because you can't. I tried for a very long time to control it. And you notice where you try and control it. Like, you know, the more you kind of undo your self-work, you unpack, you unfold, you know, you do the inner work, you go inwards, you stop paying attention to your external world, you stop, you know, putting people on pedestals, you stop pleasing people. Like, you get fucking tired, right? I got fucking tired. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've been fucking tired. And they're all the times that have led me to burnout. And the more that I do this work for myself, right? And there's been so many times in my life people tell me, oh, Eliza, you're always doing the inner work. You're always doing the inner work. You're always doing the inner work. I'm like, yeah, because I can observe or notice myself when I'm trying to please other people, or where I'm doing things out of trying instead of being, or where I'm trying to create a fantasy instead of live my reality. And, you know, you notice that observation more. And every time you notice it, there's a bit of inner work to do. It doesn't mean that you need to, you know, take a hiatus and disappear off the face of the earth. And when I say inner work, it doesn't always have to be the deeper work. Like, sometimes it can just be a shift. Sometimes it could just be something that you notice, something that you acknowledge. Sometimes it could just be the observation itself, right? And I went on a little bit of a tangent there, but I just kind of noticed, right? Again, it was like people pleasing, taking on a perception of what somebody has of you, as opposed to just backing yourself, trusting yourself, and knowing what the fuck you're doing. And that's all, that's essentially where my current programs are coming from, right? There's big lessons I've learnt this year around remembering who the fuck you are, and remembering for yourself, knowing for yourself, not giving a fuck what other people think, trusting yourself, trusting in what it is that you know, backing yourself. I think I already said that one, but why not say it twice? And just really releasing the need to try, because what if you just already were? What if you already are? You're already in the being. You don't need to keep doing or trying or using your energy or effort to be something, because you're already that thing. Yeah? And my remembering is a course that I'm running. It starts on Monday. It's all around remembering, resurrecting the parts of you that you have forgotten, right? The powerful parts of you, the parts of you that you, I guess, shame, blame. Let me just move this here. Whatever it is that you're doing with them, maybe that's not a great angle. Again, my phone's a little bit dark. I'm just trying to keep it as stable as possible. Resurrecting, bringing those parts of you back to life so that you do feel powerful and owning every part of who you are. The third teaching is reclaiming. So really like stepping into your power to own that shit, right? Reclaiming it, screaming it from the rooftops, living it, being it. And week 4 is all around rituals, which is about personalizing and creating rituals for yourself. So that you can remember every single time that you need to, because what are you doing when you're not remembering who you are? Or where's your energy, time, attention and focus when it's not on you, right? Where is it going? Who is it on? Who is so blessed to get your time and your energy and attention other than you? So that happens on Monday. It's for 12 days, 4 teachings over 12 days. There needs to be integration time. There has to be integration time, right? It's not because it's going to evolve as you go. Everything always evolves as you go, right? Everything has integration time. Everything takes time. Sometimes it is a flick of a switch, kind of like those people who claim overnight success. I don't know if that even really exists, to be honest. I don't think it does. I definitely don't think it does. I think there was a process in the lead up to flicking that switch. Yeah? So they've been doing the work for X amount of time. They never fucking gave up. And then all of a sudden, they hit the switch, right? Everything changed. And that's quite often what happens. You get sick of trying. You get sick of trying. You get sick of exhausting yourself and burning yourself out. You get sick of being something that you're not. You get sick of trying to, create the fantasy instead of living the reality, right? So that's my teaching for this morning. Please let me know if it resonates. I would love to hear from you. And what else did I want to say? Oh, the invitation for my retreat. Man, these flies are getting insane. Again, not the fantasy, but the reality. Yes, I have a retreat coming up in 3 weeks. Very last minute. Very last minute. Very last minute. But you know what? I'm just getting started. And people will be slowing down, but not in my corner. Not in my corner. The retreat happens on the 10th and the 11th. 10th and the 11th. 11th and the 12th of December, Saturday and Sunday. It's not a sleepover, so you will need to get your own accommodation, but it is both days. And I have such a beautiful schedule for you. Closing out 2021 so that you're walking into 2022 in absolute alignment and flow. Whether it be in your life or your business, your relationships, whatever it is, right? This is about closing that down and opening yourself up to a new chapter. That is what I am here for. Okay. The flies are pissing me off, so I'm going to go. And I'll see you guys soon. Okay. Bye.